of various sports leagues and on the account of professional sport being taken more seriously, the kind of jobs available and the number of jobs that exist in the field of sports have constantly been rising. Sports medicine, sports psychology, sports therapy are just a few of those avenues. Today on the show, we're exploring the kind of jobs that exist in the field of sports. First up, the story of Melvin Thomas, an IIT Kanpur graduate whose first love, football, is now his full-time profession.
You often don't hear this story. The story of an engineer who beat lakhs of students around the country to make it to IIT Kanpur, only to decide later to follow his true passion, his passion for football. Meet Melvin Thomas, part-time engineer and full-time football lover, moonlighting as a coach at the Baichung Bhutia Football Academy. Melvin graduated from IIT Kanpur in 2012, a place he says that was crucial in developing his love for football.
I am from a town called Kanjirapalli in Kerala. It's in the district Kottayam, and that's where I did my schooling from. We just played on the streets, we played on the ground, whatever we could find, and as a result I felt that there was something lacking. And once I came to IIT and I saw the whole infrastructure over there, and within 4 years I developed somewhere into a semi-professional football player, and that that gave me the idea that if this can be done at the grassroots, why when we would be at a very advanced stage, especially in the international level. So I was thinking about just toying with a few ideas and then searching on the internet, and then I came across this Baichung Bhutia football school.
Melvin is now a full-time coach at the Baichung Bhutia football schools, training young students, a job that he loves dearly. However, deciding to become a football coach after an IIT degree was a decision that came with its own set of questions and doubts from those closest to him.
My family, they were telling me to go on a more professional route and find out what is there, but majorly there is a lot of issues also even with engineers in this country, is that you don't get exactly to do what you want also as an engineer. So I got a job in a bank, so I was like, between banking and football, I would rather choose football.
Smart choice. I do wonder though how many would leave a banking job for one as a football coach. Definitely very few people, and most definitely only true football lovers. Any advice for those who haven't been able to follow their passion yet, Melvin?
Where you are in a dark forest all the time, you don't know what to do, you want to get out, but you're not able to get out, but the only way to get out is to keep at it. Keep at it, even if you're doing something else, like if you're doing engineering on the side and you still love something that you want to do, keep doing both of them till you find your passion more viable, then you can jump on. I think would be a good advice. I don't know if I'm in a position to give advices also, but still.
Next up, the story of an entrepreneurial sports venture, SportsWave. Started by a bunch of friends for whom passing out of IITs and a cushy corporate job was just not enough. The list of the names of professional sportsmen in the country across all sports will perhaps just fill a few A4 size sheets. But there is no limit on the number of doctors and engineers the country requires. So what happens to those who were mad about sports in school and college? Well, most of them end up living the life of an engineer, doctor or a lawyer. A good life indeed, except that it wasn't their first choice.
Basically, I and Nikhil, we are childhood friends, so we used to play a lot back in our school and colleges days together. So we realized that this part was missing out of our life. Once you enter into corporate life, this part of your life gets missing. So we realized there are a lot of people like us who wish to play. People like me who generally work in the offices, they would love to play if they have this option. But in a place like Gurgaon, in an urban context, it's very difficult to find out like-minded people and good infrastructure where you can play.
And thus was born SportsWave, a sports venture which has been successfully delivering on its lofty aim of reviving the enthusiasm and passion working professionals have for sports by offering them much more than just the opportunity to connect with other sports enthusiasts in their city and the infrastructure to play.
The concept is basically building up an entire ecosystem. The ecosystem is where every individual is being treated like a sports star, other than providing them with a venue to play and people to play with. So apart from these two major problems that we solve, we want to build up an entire ecosystem around, which are amateur ecosystem, where you are able to see your match stats, where you are able to see your videos, where you are able to see your pictures and you wish to share it with your friends.
Anuj, a 25-year-old, works with Mackenzie and is as staunch a football fanatic as they come. While describing his experience over 3 years of association with SportsWave, he can't hide the sheer joyride it has been.
I'm a sports lover, so I've been playing football since I was 16. So once I started coming here, I realized that not only do these guys provide an awesome infrastructure and platform to play in, but they make me feel like a sports star week in, week out. After every match, the amazing pictures, the awesome video highlights that they showcase, my online profile that I can show to my girlfriend, it just makes me feel like a superstar.
Innovation is the underlying theme shared by all startups. SportsWave is no exception. Dividing the skilled players and those with modest skills in different groups, different formats for various age groups are just a few of the ideas they implemented to retain registered players.
As I told you, we have different formats for different people. There are people of age groups, say 40 or 45, who cannot play the longer formats. So we have this cricketing X, that's a small arena designed for them to play sport for a less span of time.
So this is an adaptation of the indoor cricket that is played. This is for people who cannot, T20 cricket normally takes 3 hours to play on a weekend. So this is for people who want to play cricket every day. And this format gets over in an hour.
Currently operating out of 2 such full-time centers in Gurgaon and a part-time center in Noida, SportsWave has managed to pull 4,000 professionals to register and play. All set to launch the mobile app, which has the live update feature, which works just like a professional sports website.
Created a live update feature where friends and families of the players who are playing can see their scores and their updates online. That is one aspect of it. Second aspect of it is we are helping the users discover activities around them. So if you log into our app, you can, it's a hyper-local sports discovery app. So say you want to play cricket and you want to see if there are other people up for cricket at 7 p.m. today. So anyone who's interested in cricket will show up on that app and you can join them and come and play. So that is the whole idea.
It's time for you to find your old football shoes and walk back onto the pitch after that long unwanted retirement. Being a professional athlete is not the only career opportunity available in the field of sports. Our expert Mahesh is joined by a set of students who are interested in making a career in the field of sports. Let's see what Mahesh has to say about the kind of opportunities which are available in the field.
Hello sir, my name is Varun Mehendirata. I need to know whether there is any special programs are being launched by our government or something by which we can able to being connected with athletics or sports by not being a player in sports.
See, there are now specialized programs available for sports management. That's an up and coming field. A lot of schools now offer either a specialization or even a named degree by that. You could do an MBA in sports management now, but still in its nascent stages. India is not exactly a very sporting country. Sports still hasn't got its recognition in this country, quite for various reasons, of course. So barring cricket, of course, you cut that out. Every other sport is just picking up.
Sir, my name is Sehaj Anand. I used to play badminton before, but as you know, India is not a sports encouraging country, so I left badminton in my 6th class. And now I am pursuing my graduation in BCom Honours or Eco Honours. So I wanted to know, as I want to become an entrepreneur, so what are the options available in sports field? What business I can do or what field I can pursue in sports?
See, one domain in which there will be a lot of demand in the coming years is sports goods and sports medicines. Both are now becoming extremely technology heavy.
Sports is a growing field in money making
domain itself.
Money making business.
So, and both these goods are now getting expensive. whether it is medicine, whether it is sports goods, because they are getting very technology heavy, both its manufacturing and delivery. So both these areas now will demand very high levels of investment, and we'll also see a lot of opportunities.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Hello, this
Hi.
is Srishti Tyagi. I'm pursuing my graduation right now and I am an active player of chess. Basically, I wanted to know ki I'm thinking of applying for government jobs after graduation. So is there any sports quota instead of railways or in any other field? Is there any sports basis for getting jobs and all?
See, PSUs used to have very large streams. So, and they advertise through Employment News. That's the place to look at if you're looking at PSUs.
Okay.
All of them invariably have teams. So, and they're large in numbers.
Yeah.
But since they are also moving out now, there's a lot of disbursements happening there. The number of sports quotas are coming down. They're not as good as it used to be, but they do exist.
Hi, I'm Akshay. I'm a graduate of fashion technology from NIFT. So my question was, I used to be a powerlifter. I used to compete on national level, but then I had a back injury and I had to stop. I couldn't stop. I couldn't lift anymore. So now I have a lot of knowledge and I could probably go into training, I am sure. But then the problem is, as far as something like fitness industry is concerned, in order to market myself, I have to build myself or tune myself to my body or physique to some level. But that's not possible. So do you have any suggestion for someone like me who still want to?
See, if you've understood the science of powerlifting and if you have an interest in that domain, physio is a good option for you, because that doesn't need physique. But then that would then lead you to do a separate degree.
Yeah.
You'll have to start afresh. Now, sports apparel is now picking up. It's a very young field where you design apparel which is tuned to sports person. Non-sweaty, there are a lot of science which is going into it. Sweat absorbent, stuff which breathes, stuff which provides space which is elastic but still doesn't hug the body. There's a lot of science which is happening.
Supporting stretch and everything, right.
But then India is still not picking up. We're very far away from that kind of apparel manufacturing. But that's something which you could look at because you're a NIFT graduate.
Right.
You know how to sew a shirt.
Yes, that's true.
So, but that would demand that you go abroad.
Hello sir, I'm Lakshay and I'm currently pursuing my BTech in Electronics and Communication, and I was a table tennis national player, national champion I must say. Yeah, and since I had to leave it because there is no sports related stream in science. So my question is that how can I relate my table tennis to the stream like my BTech I'm pursuing at this point of time?
There is a lot of science which goes into stadium building, into infrastructure building for sports, which is a specialized domain by itself, and a lot of science also gets involved there. But unfortunately, you should then relocate. You should probably go to Germany or US, which demands that kind of technological savvy in infrastructure building for sports.
Equipment building or something?
Both equipment and infrastructure.
Thank you.
Sure.
I went to play a tournament, state tournament, and then they didn't allow me to play because I was not having my birth certificate issued within 6 months of birth. I do have a birth certificate, but it was not issued within 6 months. So they didn't let me play just because of that stupid reason. I even complained to the Chess Association, to the Ministry of India, Sports Ministry of India, but they didn't respond.
Was this rule in existence when you applied for playing, or it came after that?
No, it was existing rule.
Oh, see, if there is a rule by a body, there's Article 19, which gives equality of treatment to every citizen, irrespective of race and caste. That is the only legal space available to you. If you file a suit tomorrow, what you would file is based on Article 19. You can straight away go to the Supreme Court and say that you're discriminated, which is not permitted by the Constitution. But to prove the discrimination, you should prove that that law is discriminating to you, which is an uphill task.
Time for us to slip into a quick break. Join us on the other side for more.